Change finally stuck when I subtracted, not added. As we near 2026, a lot of people have this quiet fear that they're going to end up in the same place again. If you feel like Groundhog Year, not just Groundhog Day, this video is for you. Just 12 months ago, there was a version of me who was drinking, who was broke, who was in this daily darkness that I truly felt like I couldn't escape. And that version of me was truly terrified that I would never move forward, that I would never actually become who I knew I was meant to be. And now, December 2025, I am sober. I have 4x my income in a new business. And I wake up with this playful curiosity, like joy, almost every day. I'm not perfect. I'm not there, but it's almost effortless. And I have never really experienced that before, which is crazy. Like, who dis? So the turning point, some would categorize it as rock bottom. I don't. But I will say I did hit the edge of my avoidance. So 12 months ago, December 2024, I said, fuck it. Not to healing, but to using healing tools as a way to avoid the things that I knew needed to die. The New Year's resolutions, the morning EFT meditation, breath work in that order, constantly regulating my nervous system, the visualizations to manifest my higher self. I'm not saying these are bad. They are absolutely transformational healing modalities that I teach as well, and they are perfect in your healing era. But for me, they had become a way for me to stay attached to the very things that were keeping me stuck. It was like the more I tried, the more I did, the more I added the healing, the mindset, the regulation, the manifestation hacks, the more I sunk deeper. Almost like they were hurting more than they were helping at this point. And again, not because these tools are wrong or bad, but because I was using them to heal the things that I had already outgrown, that God was making very clear could not come on the ride to where we were going. The truth is, they became the things I used to protect me from my potential because I was freaking scared. And if I was honest with myself, I was terrified to never reach my potential. Like, it is my biggest fear that haunts me. And so, in a way, staying addicted to these distractions made it so I could never be disappointed in myself for never reaching my potential. It's not logical, it's survival, but that's the truth. So I made one commitment for all of 2025. This is the only thing I did all year. And that was I completely quit everything that kept me small, numb, and invisible. And at the time, these were actually the only things that I actually looked forward to day to day, as unhealthy and addictive as they were. That's how dark of a spot I had gotten to. I didn't add any strategy, any tactic, any habit. I subtracted. And I went to the root, the identity level, not the behavior level. I think so many of us, me included, I would change my diet. I'd spend hundreds on supplements. I'd get the cutest workout wear. But heaven forbid, I looked at the emotional trauma that was actually keeping the protective weight around my hips and thighs. Or every year, I would make these lofty 200, 300K income goals in my business. Yet I never wanted to look at the people pleasing or the unworthiness that was actually what was keeping me hidden and vanilla. So this was the year I stopped putting lipstick on a pig. And actually, my body forced it for me because I was exhausted and my body would not let me pretend anymore. It was time to stop fighting. I could not keep trying to fix this life that absolutely needed to change. Because if I'm being real with y'all, the trajectory that I was on at almost 40 years old was not pretty. Okay, so what did I do? One, I stopped using alcohol to manage my nervous system. Number two, I stopped hiding behind preparation, over planning, healing, launching in my business. Number three, I chose forward movement over regulation. Hiding, trying to be fully healed, trying to be perfect was actually the thing that was dysregulating me the most. And in this forward motion, my body actually settled and de-stressed and regulated and healed itself. Four, I let being seen be messy, not safe. You hear this message on the internet all the time from these nervous system gurus that say you have to feel safe to be seen, or you have to feel safe to be successful, which is a crock of shit, because what you need to do to get to where you want to go is new and unfamiliar and therefore terrifying to your body. It is not going to feel safe to take the action at first, but as you take the action, you teach your body it is safe to have everything you ever wanted. Number five, this is cliche. You hear it on the internet all the time, but I stopped waiting to feel confident before I acted. Again, as you act, you gain evidence and you're following through on your word, which builds confidence and self-trust. And last but not least, I stopped overgiving, mothering, coddling, and underpricing in my business, and I truly owned my value. If my life changed this fast, which it did in 1 year, it wasn't because I fixed myself. It was because I stopped freaking abandoning myself. 2026 is not the year you do more. It is the year that you stop doing the things that are quietly keeping you small. And if you're being honest with yourself, deep down, you know what these things are already, because they've probably been whispering to you for months, if not years. And maybe at this point, they're not whispering, they're screaming. So this won't be easy at first. Your ego will fight tooth and nail. Your mind will say, let's start tomorrow, probably every day in the beginning. And your body is going to want to sabotage and return you to that familiar chaos, as painful as it is, because it is known. 2025 maybe was the year that you just survived. And I want to tell you how proud I am of you. You got yourself to this point, and you should be proud. And 2026 is now the year that you choose yourself and you move.